Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am full of a cold, so if I sound awful and I look awful, that's why. I have managed to sleep for the first time today in, I can't remember how long. It's currently like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I only woke up half an hour ago, so I'm gonna do my best at recording. But if I'm a little slow and a little sleepy, that's why. And I've got my green tea. So grab yourselves a drink as well, and we'll hop into The Sims. As you guys can see, we're in the world of Newcrest today, and we're going to be building my childhood home. Now this is something that I have already done in the past. I don't think I recorded it from my previous channel, but I really felt like doing it. It's a house that I moved into when I was about 8 or 9, and I lived there for the longest time that I've lived in any house, so it's quite dear to my heart. I don't really have strong memories of the houses before that, but we may try building those in the future. And the birds say hi, as you can hear. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Didn't mean to do that. So, I grew up in England, as you can probably tell from the accent, and we lived in a little semi-detached house. So I'm going to build both houses, but only furnish one, so if you guys end up downloading this house, you can furnish the other side yourself if you want to. So we're just going to try and get the shell down to begin with. It wasn't a particularly big house, but it was home. So I'm just trying to work. So there was a little, what's the word? Entryway, porch, enclosed porch on the front. I'm a little out of practice with The Sims. I haven't played in a little while now, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I do enjoy playing The Sims. It's kind of my comfort game. So you come in through a little porch here into the hallway, and then we had a tiny little toilet just in there. And then there was a kitchen here. It's only, I think, one, maybe two. I'll do two for now. We'll see how that goes. And there was a staircase up here, and then there was a little room under the stairs, which I would like to try and include if I can, but I don't know if I'll be able to. And then we had the lounge / dining room. We actually didn't have a dining room. We had one of those little fold-up tables that and then you fold one side up and then fold it down again. So that's what we had down here, and that's what me and my brother used to sit at when we were eating. I think that's pretty much a good start for the downstairs floor plan. Now, I recently reinstalled my Sims game. I took all of my CC out. I had probably about 50 gigs worth of custom content and mods installed. So, as you can see, all of my things are kind of yellow starred again, like it's brand new. So I don't have any mods or any CC in, except for the Better Build and Buy mod, because it makes building so much easier. I can't live without it. So and I believe that's by Twisted Mexi, if you guys are interested in getting that. Right, we'll just use the placeholder stairs for now. And that is actually pretty perfect spacing. Yeah, no, we'll go there. And that'll give a little bit of space up the top for a hallway. Okay. Then there was a tiny little hallway. What are they called? Up the top above the stairs. They have a name. I can't remember what we called them. And there was some little built-in wardrobes just here. You know, I'm actually tempted to bring this in a bit smaller. So this was like a built-in wardrobe. And it was glass doored, which we don't have in The Sims, although I have seen some like building hacks online of how to give the illusion of a glassed walk-in wardrobe, which might be cool. I might see if I can find that and maybe incorporate that. Would be cool. But for the time being, we'll just stick one of those in. Okay, so spacing wise, that seems okay. We had a door here. It still doesn't seem quite right. I feel like this was even a bit further in. Yes, that's more like it. Yep, there was a little alcove. Yep, and then the door was here. I'm pretty sure they were just plain basic white doors. I quite like these ones, so just go with those ones maybe. See, I really want just a plain one like that, but with the plain window like that one. Kind of bothers me. It's always quite hard to get the spacing right with The Sims. In fact, I've just remembered there was an airing cupboard in here. Just here. That had the hot water cylinder in. And I think that's probably pretty good for the floor plan. Yes. So let's start putting some windows in. In fact, I'm just going to quickly mirror this on the other side. Now then, front door. We had a nice little front door. I thought it was quite cute. And I want to kind of bring this up just one step. I feel like there was a small step up to the house. Maybe that. Let's go for this one. I kind of feel like it was a red door as well. Probably way off the mark. But that's kind of what I'm vaguely remembering. I do really like this door as well, but I'm pretty sure there was a window again. I might just do the same door again. But we'll have this one, whoops, in white. Do you know what? No, I'm going to get rid of these doors. We're going to have sort of matching doors throughout. The basic. That is pretty much it. And then there was a airing cupboard door about there. Sure, we can put something in there. So then there was a door there and a door here to the kitchen. And then there was a door here, but I kind of feel like we actually took the door off and it was just an archway. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So we'll put that there. And then under here, we had a tiny little room under the stairs, which was where we had all of our VHS collection. It's taking you back now. We had so many like Disney VHSs, and then also the classic under the stair storage of Christmas ornaments and the Christmas tree and all that fun stuff. Then there was a French door here. Again, I'm pretty sure all the joinery was white. Oh, here we go. Back to the cheap stuff. 140, yep. That's the one. I will do matching on that side though, so it doesn't look too silly. They at least need a door. Yeah. And with a nice big window. That sort of vibe, but not as long. It's a bit shorter. There was a tiny little window. Like that, I believe. And then I kind of want to say that there was one on the front as well. Yeah, we'll go with these. And then window there. Again, we'll do the matching ones on the other side. And then there was a little window here. We used to sit out and have our dinner. We'll move it along a little bit there. Whoops! And then another window here. That pretty much looks about right. Upstairs we had, I think it was just the one window, but it was like a frosted glass window. I can't remember if that was correct, but it does look good, so we'll go that way. And then I'm going to line these up actually, more like that. And then the back room, might just do the 2 again. Should I do the 3? We'll go with the 3. And again, line that up. Pretty sure I didn't have a window on the side. And then my brother's room, just a little window. Okay, now it was a brick house, I believe, but it was like that sort of pale beigey brick. This is all going off memory, by the way. I have no visual reference to go off, and my memory is not great. So this is probably very, very wrong. There was a hedge that my mum spent a lot of time and love growing. Then we actually had a driveway down here, but this lot isn't big enough, so I'm just gonna do a bit of a fence like that, and then to the back garden. Now there was actually a slightly smaller fence along here, because then this was another person's house here, so it was doubled again, so it was semi-detached houses all the way along. So this bit of the fence was a little bit shorter. Probably this, yeah, about that sort of height. It kind of sloped down into it. And then there was all these conifer trees along there, and at dusk all of the bats would come flying out of them, and you'd see them flying across the garden. It was so cool. And then we had some new neighbours move in, and they chopped all the trees down, and you didn't really see the bats anymore, which was a shame. There was a little bit of a roof here. I can't remember if it was a half gabled or a half hipped. I quite like that, so we'll go with that. I don't think there was really much of a overhang at all. Yep, that's a symbol for overhang. Oh dear. And get a nice trim. And I'm pretty sure the roof was just a really simple, bog standard, hipped roof. Let's bring you down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just something like that. Actually, do many of you guys play The Sims 4 yourselves? I'd be interested to know sort of how many of you do actually play The Sims, how many of you don't. I'm an absolute Sims fanatic, me and my mum. I started with Sims 1. I had most of the expansions for that. In fact, I think I did have all of them. I remember getting a box set of them all, which was awesome. And then again for Sims 2, by which point my mum kind of got the bug for it, and then Sims 3 came out. So my mum got Sims 3, and I didn't, because I didn't like the visual style of it. I didn't like how they'd gone more realistic with it versus the previous ones. And I'd tried playing my mum's version of it, and I didn't really like it, so I kind of just ignored it for years and years. And I think it was probably 2 years after it came out that I finally caved and switched to Sims 3 myself. And then I was hooked. And then again with Sims 4, I think I was quite late to Sims 4. My mum got it first. She used to play it on her laptop, and I did not like it at all. And I don't know if any of you guys who do play The Sims 4 remember it when it first got released, but it wasn't great. Like, the game has come such a long way since it was originally released. Like, just, there's no comparison at all. And I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the building style. I didn't like the camera controls, because I don't believe they'd added the option for the Sims 3 controls yet, which is what I play with. I do play with the Sims 3 controls. My mum still plays with the new Sims 4 controls, and so whenever I hop onto her computer to help her with any building, I'm always just like, oh my god, this is so difficult, how do you do this? But she likes it, I don't. Each to your own, I guess. I kind of feel like this is a little too old looking. It was a little bit more modern. It wasn't a particularly old build. I want to say it was maybe an 80s house. I don't know if they've really got anything that is going with the vibe that I'm looking for. It's basically that brick, but I'm pretty sure it was paler. I could be completely wrong. In fact, I probably am completely wrong. Quite like that. That was probably a bit more like it. Yeah, we'll go with that. Probably completely wrong. That's okay. We had a little bit of a deck. Just here. And it was really cool because along the fence here, there was passion fruit. Was it passion fruit? I think it was passion fruit growing all along, and the flowers were beautiful. Now I'm pretty sure the driveway was gravel. Oh, that really annoys me, how there's that tiny gap. Oh, that's so annoying. That tiny little gap between the lot and the world. We'll just bring this down. Having a driveway isn't really that necessary in The Sims 4 because we don't have cars. It's a bit of a point of contention in the community. Honestly, I'm not that fussed on cars. It would be nice if they brought back the school bus. I really miss that from previous games. And like the carpools. I do miss those, but actually having a car yourself to drive around, I can go without it at this point. How many years has The Sims 3 been out? Sims 4 even been out now? It's not the end of the world for me that we don't have cars. Alrighty. Coming along nicely. Let's get some lights on in here. Just nice simple ones. Cool, cool. Oh, and one in here. So let's start with the bathroom. Tiny little small one. Pretty sure we just had some bog standard lino. It was nothing pretty. We'll just go with that one. I can't remember. Oh, even actually, yeah, we'll go with a really dirty one. Man, my memory from childhood is awful. But then my brother is the same. I quite often say to him, oh, do you remember this or do you remember that? And he's just like, nope. Nope. It's like he kind of became an adult and just wiped everything from the years prior. He just completely... no memories. It's quite bizarre. Now, I'm pretty sure we had sort of a lino wood for like... what's it called where you click it together? Pretty sure we had that after my mum decorated. Now we had in here carpet tiles. And I feel like they were sort of a green. Not far off that, to be honest. And then we had a mustard and forest green wall. Let's see what we got. Paint. And it was like a half wall. So it was like this. The top was mustard yellow and the bottom was forest green. And then there was a trim like this. Sort of through. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see me pointing at like along here. Which had the matching colours. Doubt somehow that we're going to have anything remotely like that. So what have we got? What can we kind of make shift with? I also vaguely remember that there was a bit of a bump out on the wall here where there might have used to be some sort of... In fact, no, there was. There was like a little electric fireplace, I think, which we never used. In fact, I think we had it pulled out. Or it was pulled out before us. I can't remember. There was definitely something. There was like a little bump out on the wall there. I mean, I'm just going to go with that. Oh. Oh, it's vile. It does not go with the carpet at all. I mean, it's not the right colour, but it's definitely a bit closer than the bright one. That will do. In fact, I'm going to take that downstairs as well. There we go. Nice and simple. Can't remember anything about the kitchen. I remember the vague layout, so maybe we'll start with furnishing it. Now then. Kind of feel like this went all the way up to the wall, and then there was a gap there, and then we had sort of a full pantry type here, which was where Mum had all the storage, and then there was just like a plain, just a regular white fridge here. Was there a freezer as well? I feel like we might have had a freezer. We had like a standing fridge and then a standing freezer. I don't know, that kind of... We'll go with that. Here was the oven, which broke, and then I remember Mum buying one of the countertop little round ovens, and she absolutely swore by it from that day onward. And this oven was interesting because it actually had a lid, which you'd lift up and drop down again. Weird the things that you remember, eh? Then there was a sink over here. Yeah, that'll do. Now here, I think it was an island. Sort of, I'll put this here, and then hopefully there's enough room for your Sims to get down there. And then we had a couple of stools or seats here. I remember there also being a chair, just a random chair in here. So maybe it was just the one. You know, it wasn't that different to this. In fact, I feel like it was very similar to that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm probably so way off the mark. My mum will be watching this. She'll put in the comments how badly I got it, no doubt. There you go, Mum. How am I doing? Let's put a... I can't remember. I don't know if there was one there, but we'll put one there anyway. I vaguely remember there being a microwave on this side, so I think I'm going to get rid of... Put a microwave, and then put a bin down here. There we go. I think I'll just copy this wallpaper in here, but we'll put some tiles. Just some nice plain ones. Or do we go for the slightly warmer? We'll go for the slightly warmer. Just 'cause. So then, the lounge. Oh, this room had so many different orientations over the years. Then we had a huge bookcase shelving unit here, which my mum still has. Have any of you guys watching, any of you guys built your childhood homes in The Sims? Like, is it just me having really a bad time remembering any of this? Or is it just, yeah, is it just I have a really bad memory? I feel like it was probably just a simple chair like this, maybe. There we go. I can't remember if we had a two-seater as well, or if it was just the three-seater that we had. It's kind of like that. I can't remember what colour it was. In fact, I think most of the time we had a throw over it anyway, like a big blue one, which was the dog's blanket, I think. If I'm remembering that correctly. Probably not, along with everything else. And then we had a big old rubber plant. Kind of like that. Might have had a couple of them at some point, maybe. So you can go there. Let's go into quarter tile placement. There we go, move that along. Oh, the cat has arrived again. Are you going to come and say hello this time? Are you going to come say hello? Come on, come say hello to the people watching. Hey. Wow. We have a kitty cat. Oh. My, the camera software doesn't really like her. Hey. You being a good girl? Okay. What I am gonna do is put a dog bed back here, because we did have a dog at the time. My big old greyhound Gus. He was awesome. This is probably not usable by The Sims. We'll see. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do the the bathroom, didn't I? And then completely forgot all about it. So let's go with that. Like, it was really simple. So we had a crappy old toilet there. We actually had a little sink on the wall sort of here, like that. Tiny, tiny little one. And then behind the door, actually, because the door opened that way, behind the door was where we kept all of the dog food. But I don't think there is any way that I can put a sink there that will be usable by the sim. So we'll just put the sink here. Like so. Get some coats. Some interesting coloured coats. There we go, that'll do. Any kid stuff? Oh, yeah. That kind of looks like outerwear, eh? There we go. And shoes. If I just look up shoe, will that come up? There we go. Done. There, perfect. Yep, so then this would have a flap which would lift up, and then we'd sit on either side, and that's where we would eat our dinner. Now my brother's room was smaller than this even. Pretty much there was just space for a bed. He had the box room, bless him. There we go, that'll do. And then he had a little bit of a, I think, a dressing table situation going over here. Something kind of like that. Which he had his PlayStation and his TV on. There we go. And then he also had a toy chest on this side. And it was blue, so maybe we'll go with that one. Blue and red it was, if I remember correctly. I can't remember what the wall colours and stuff in here were. If they were ever even painted. Maybe we'll go blue. I feel like it was probably a bluey kind of colour. Yeah, that'll do. Pretty sure you just had a regular blue carpet as well. Maybe. Could have been beige. In fact, I think there was a beige carpet upstairs as well. The bathroom was cool because Mum decorated it with a really funky blue and turquoise sort of blue-toned tile sort of pattern. And it was so cool. Like, very similar to that, but with some purples and stuff in as well. It was super funky. Yeah, this bathroom is still really quite big. Yeah, it was probably more like that. Maybe we'll just bring this in, so this side... I feel like this side might have been a bit bigger anyway. Like so. That's better, that's more like it. Now, there was the sink, I believe, under the window. That window is way too big. Like that, yep. Then we had the toilet. And toilet roll. And then I vaguely remember there being a really long mirror here. But I can't remember if it had a frame. I think it was just sort of like that, but not as long as that. So maybe we'll go white. Is that white? It'll do. There we go. Nice simple bathroom. Now my room. My room was my pride and joy. I decorated it. I think, how old would I have been? I must have been about 14 or 15. And yeah, I was allowed to decorate it. I ended up, when I decorated it as a teenager, I went for a black and white oriental kind of theme. But my pride and joy of this room was the wall, this wall here, which I actually painted a tree on. So the whole room was pretty much stark white. And I think I may have had black trimming. Can't quite remember on that one. Don't think we've got anything like that. Nah. And yes, I painted a tree like this. I think I might actually have a photo of it somewhere in the depths of my hard drive. So if I can find it, I'll actually put it up on screen now for you guys to see. Hi everyone, this is Editing Kai quickly cutting in. I actually found more photos of the entire bedroom, and it is painful how wrong I got it when I decorate this build. So what I'm going to do is I will let the video continue as normal, and I will cut in again at the very end, and I'll give you guys an updated tour of the house, of how it actually looked. Apparently my memory is horrendous. Back to the video. I loved it. It was so cool. And I had a really cool, I think it was from IKEA, like a day bed, really sort of wrought iron black day bed. Oh, it was so cool. I mean, that's probably going to have to be it. Because yeah, there was sort of a red sort of theme as well. Lighting, I had a paper, one of these. And then instead of doing anything fancy with like the carpeting or anything, what we actually did was we put the clicking lino type wood all around the edge, but to save money we didn't do it in the middle, and we got a rug from IKEA and just taped that down in the middle of the room. And then on this side I had all of my storage and my computer. I think I had some sort of storage over here. In fact, I think I had a window, not a window, sorry, a mirror here at one point with a shelf, which I actually had set up as a makeup getting ready area. Just, where's the plain shelf? Right there. And I think it actually came around under the window as well. Pretty sure it came a bit further out here. There we go. Oh, actually, I had a big wrought iron mirror as well, but it was a big square one. That sort of size, that shape, but with more decorative like this. So maybe put that one there. We've got electronics. I had, so the TV there. I just remembered what, I was thinking to myself, oh, where's this room so empty? Like, what did I have in here? I had an old bookcase which I converted into a rat cage, and so I had my rats in here with me. That's what was in here. I think the pet stuff with the My First Pets is just too big. Yeah, that's huge. Do I have it though? My rats were a huge part of my life. So, yeah, we'll do it. There we go. God, that is so horrendous. I wish they gave us a smaller one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these. And I'm going to put my computer set up here instead. Oh dear, this looks awful. Let's put this over here. In fact, yeah, I vaguely remember having it there at one point in the end. I moved my room around so much over the years. I am that person that I have to move all my furniture around every 6 months or so, because I just get really antsy if I don't. It somewhat resembles my room. Oh dear. I loved that room. I thought it was so cool. And looking at it now, it's just like, maybe not. Okay, let's see if we can put... I know there was sort of a hack for the mirrored. Maybe if we delete the walls. Right, we'll put these back shortly. Yeah, something like that. Come on, there. Yeah. Now, will you let me put the walls back? Oh, yeah. Pretty sure they had a dressing table down here, but I don't know if it'll fit in the Sims. Might put it here. My childhood house. Very inaccurate. And then the garden. I remember being very lovingly landscaped. And I'm going to ruin it now. I think we had like a little willow tree out here, but like not a big weeping willow, it was another type of willow. In fact, let's put some conifers as well. That'll probably do, I guess. Because they were really, really tall. Like that. There we go. So yeah, they were sort of kind of like this. It was just like a row of them. Okay. Then we had a big shed out the back here, which my dad built. A big workshop type thing. Make it a bit smaller. There we go. One side was, if I remember correctly, sort of a shed, and the other side was his workshop. That'll do. Now, there was sort of an archway. Yeah, there was... I know this is a wedding arch. So, oh, interesting. So, you know, if you guys want to get married in the garden, there you go, you can have a garden wedding. And I remember one time my dog had gone down the back here and gotten stuck in, I don't know, like a bramble bush or something. And we'd been sitting inside like, where the hell is this dog? I haven't seen him in ages. And you just eventually could hear this sort of whining. And we had to go out there and try and coax him out of the bush. He was a very pathetic dog. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of landscaping, a bit of terrain painting. The grass, I remember being quite patchy, where the dog used to pee all over it. So we'll just... There we go. And then when we first moved into this house, there was a really cool tree down here, which ended up getting cut down. But in honour of that tree, I'm going to put a tree here. Because I always really liked it, and I was really sad when it got cut down. There we go, that'll do. This side looks so sad now. Might have to do something there. I don't know. Let's do a bit of landscaping on the front as well, because there was also something similar down the front here, some flowers, bushes. So let's do a little bit more terrain paint. Really, really faint, really, really faint. Dirt. Let's get some dirt in here. Now, this is something that I love doing. It really sets the house into the environment a little bit more. You just go around the edge and very, well, probably even lighter than that even. Just very gently go around all the edges. And it just makes it look a little bit more lived in. I'm going to go in and do a little bit of cluttering off camera, just because it can usually take me a while, and most of that is just scrolling through all of the things, so I will get back to you guys shortly. Alrighty, I'm back, and I look a bit different. It's a couple of days later. As previously stated earlier on in the video, I actually found some photos of the house and realised just how wrong I'd gotten it. So as you can see from the outside, it's looking a little different already. So it turns out the house wasn't symmetrical on either side. It was completely asymmetric. So this is much more accurate now. So if we go in, the outside pretty much looks the same for the most part. The windows have changed a bit to be a little bit more accurate now. Turns out the front door was indeed white, not green or red like I thought. Nothing really has changed in here, but the hallway looks quite a bit different. So there wasn't a little bump out here. This wall was actually smooth. The bathroom hasn't changed too much. Stark white. The wallpaper is a little bit more accurate now. And the kitchen is through here. The kitchen, I got so wrong. I didn't have great photos, but I found some of like a corner. So I've kind of done the best I can with the photos I had. So it was actually blue with white tiles underneath. This is the closest wallpaper I can get in game. And yeah, turns out the washing machine was over in this corner. Lots and lots of clutter. It was a very busy family. 2 kids, single mum. There was stuff everywhere. Yep, so a nice, well-used kitchen. My mum used to use this chair to cut people's hair. That was where she used to store all her hair cutting stuff. She was an ex-hairdresser. And then the living room has changed considerably. So what I've done through most of the build was gotten 2 separate decorating times mixed up. So the first time my mum decorated the house was when she did the mustard and the green wallpaper. But then she changed it again to a much cleaner colour with a nice stripy golden blue wallpaper on the little bump out here, which I've just sort of hinted at here. And there was indeed a fireplace there. And yeah, I mean, it does look quite different. I think it looks a bit better than what we did before. In the little cupboard under here, we've got a little bit of Christmas decorations there for your Sims to use. Like I said earlier, that's actually where we used to store all our VHSs. Oops. All of our Disney VHSs. So I've brought that wallpaper from downstairs up here matching. All of the doors were actually brown, not white, and they did in fact have the windows above them, which is kind of what I was looking for originally, but ended up not going with. I don't think I really did anything in my brother's room, but this is the room all cluttered up. It's actually a lot bigger in game than it was in real life, so there's that. Now my room was so different. Same as what I was saying downstairs, I'd got 2 separate decorating times mixed up. So the first time I decorated it was plain carpet in the middle and a more oriental sort of theme. This time was just like stark black and white gothic sort of style. Yeah, this is much more accurate now. Lots of clutter. I loved this room, I really did. It was so cool. Very teenage angsty me. Through back into the hallway. Didn't really do anything in here, just a couple of shelves. You can use that if you want to use it if you download this lot. And yeah, this is my mum's room. Made it, I think, a bit more accurate now. I really love how the mirrored doors turned out. It's so cool. I vaguely remember having the laundry chair in the corner. I think most houses have a laundry chair. I know I do now. Yep, there's usually a bit of a mountain on there. And yeah, this just overall I feel is a lot more accurate to what it was. I don't know if I did much outside. I think I added a little table on the deck, which we had, which was always nice to sit out when the weather was ever warm in England, which, you know, wasn't very often. And I did end up getting rid of the dryer, and I put a clothesline out here. But yeah, that's about it. The build is finished. It is a lot more accurate now. I'll give you guys a quick overview for the floor plan, so you can see I have left this the semi-detached other side completely open, completely bare, so if you guys download this lot, you can do what you want with it. And then the downstairs. I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out now. It will be available to download on my gallery. I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm happy with it. It's bringing back a lot of memories for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like and maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me some comments to read. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!